Hey guys, welcome back to Salt and Pepper Gaming.
One more time.
Alright, you gotta smile and interact with me like you're happy.
Okay.
You love me, remember?
Yeah, sure.
Well, welcome back to Salt and Pepper.
Yeah, today we're going to be talking about the latest Mortal Kombat movie, and is it the best game-to-movie adaptation?
Let's go. Well, throughout the years, there have been plenty of game-to-movie adaptations that have been made.
Yeah, some have done quite well and some pretty poor. There's been amazing ones like Tomb Raider that's been quite good.
Yeah, that's good.
We loved Super Mario Bros. When it came out in the 90s. I know there's a lot of reviews about how terrible it was.
But it was good.
As Mario fans, we'll take any game-to-movie adaptation.
That was pretty good.
In today's review, we're going to be looking at Salt and Pepper's 4 must-haves that every movie must have to make it a great game-to-movie adaptation.
Well, let's kick off this review with Salt and Pepper's #1 must-have, the storyline. Does Mortal Kombat have the same storyline as the original game?
Yeah, so in the original Mortal Kombat video game universe, there are 18 realms created by the Elder Gods, and to conquer another realm, you needed to beat the defending realm's warrior in 10 consecutive tournaments.
The issue I have with this movie is that there is actually no tournament. Now, we're talking about Mortal Kombat. The whole game is based on a tournament, a fighting thing, but there's no tournament. You don't see it in this movie, and I'm pretty annoyed.
But what it does do well is the introduction and the build-up of the characters that you know in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, they do that well. There's a whole bunch of backstory with Sonya Blade, Jax, and I think that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, and in Mortal Kombat, to fight on the tournaments, you need what they call, was it an Akan?
Akan.
Which is like their special abilities, and throughout the movie, you see them develop and find out how they pretty much get their special ability.
Yeah, so without the Akan, they actually are not allowed to participate in the tournament. They're a what do they call it? They're a hazard, a health risk or something like that.
And so some get it straight away, and some get it over time when they have to fight someone in the movie.
So now we're up to Salt and Pepper's second must-have, the characters. And this is hard because Mortal Kombat's been around for over 20 plus years and there've been a bucket loads of characters. So how does it wrap up with the game?
Yeah, so in Mortal Kombat the movie, the main character is Cole Young, who is in none of the Mortal Kombat games. But we won't spoil it, but there is a relative that he's linked to, so it kind of works.
Yeah, he at first you're like, who is this guy? You're trying to figure it out, but he actually plays the most important role in linking Mortal Kombat's movie together, I think.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some of the characters that you find in the original game.
Yeah, so Kano is in the original Mortal Kombat game, but in this one, I actually really like the character and then the way he's portrayed in this movie.
Well, it's played by an Aussie actor.
Is he on our side? Oh, those are great, mate. They make those in men's sizes? What about me, Gandalf? What does my fortune cookie say?
And I think he saves the movie. It is hilarious. I've got to give a disclaimer. This is an R-rating game. There is a lot of profanity, a lot of swearing in this game. Movie.
But he is a funny character in this one, and he says a few things to kind of bring a homage to the Mortal Kombat game. So I think I won't ruin it, but when at the end of a fight, he says,
Kano wins.
Which kind of, it just shows a part of the game bringing into the movie. And the next character is Sub-Zero, and they do a great job in this movie of making him seem pretty OP.
Yeah.
Hashtag overpowered. But when you watch the original Mortal Kombat movie, he seems pretty wussy when he's fighting Johnny Cage, and a kick from Johnny Cage is enough to, pretty much get him on the ground. But this one, it's so different how they portray Sub-Zero. So Jax in this movie is from Mortal Kombat #2. And I love how he's introduced into this movie.
Yeah, and he has human arms, and you're like, well, how does he get these crazy, metal arms?
Yeah, we won't spoil. Obviously, throughout the movie, he gets his iconic arms in the movie.
It's pretty brutal.
Obviously, Sonya Blade's in this one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Prince Goro, who's the guy with the forearms in this movie, he was in the original Mortal Kombat game, but only as a boss, and you can finally play him in the Mortal Kombat trilogy.
Yeah, what he looked really cool. I think the CGI on Goro was actually unreal, and he brought out that fierceness about him, which I think they did that very well.
And Lord Raiden is obviously in this one too, and he was in the original Mortal Kombat game.
Yep. He doesn't do any fighting in this, and I think that's okay. I think because it's not his place to fight.
Yeah, he's
maybe?
like the trainer, the kind of, their leader.
He's like their boss man.
And you've got obviously Shang Tsung, the
Soul
the
Eater.
boss, I guess you want to call him.
Soul is mine.
In the original Mortal Kombat game, you could only verse him as the boss, and only in Mortal Kombat 2 you could play him in the game.
So on our number 2, does it tick the character listings? I think it does.
Yeah,
I think it did
does.
pretty well. Like, big tick from us on number 2.
And the third must-have, does it have the iconic moments from the game?
And we've got to say a big fat yes.
Some are a bit corny, but it doesn't matter. They're in there and we love it.
It's in the game. And like we can like, let's start with the fatalities. That's what everyone wanted to know. Does Mortal Kombat bring the fatalities? And yes, it does.
Yeah, so obviously they're a bit gruesome like the game, and so that's why it's probably not good for kids.
No, if you're under 18, don't watch it.
Yeah, but they have great fatalities in this one.
So let's talk about a few of them. My favorite one is Liu Kang's fatality, which is brilliant. It's from the game, and that's when the dragon comes up and devours the opponent, and it's done perfectly. Like, it sets him on fire.
Obviously, we don't condone violence, but
we're talking about Mortal Kombat. It is a violent. Do you know Mortal Kombat is one of the most violent video fighting games out? It's known for its blood.
Yeah, there's some awesome ones. Ones where Jack, obviously with his arms, crushes someone. I won't be too graphic before it happens, but yeah, he does a great fatality in the movie.
Yeah, we also like Kung Lao's fatality is very brutal with his spinning hat and decides to split someone in half. It's a bit gory, but look, this is Mortal Kombat. So if you play Mortal Kombat 11, it's very, very, very violent. It's R18, just like the movie.
But yeah, like, because it's got a lot of blood in the movie, it shows it's very iconic to the game.
Yeah, like without it, it wouldn't be Mortal Kombat.
No, that's right.
So
yeah.
it is very gory. It's very violent. It's very bloody. But the fatalities are brilliant. My favorite, can I share, is when Scorpion at the end destroys Sub-Zero. Spoiler alert, that happens. That's the best. He pulls off his mask and
Another iconic moment that we love is when Scorpion is fighting someone and he says, "Get over here!"
and you see the spear being released.
Yeah, that's
and
an awesome part. I'm glad that's in the movie because it's an iconic part of the game.
Well, number 4, does the movie stand alone? Can you watch Mortal Kombat without having played the game, having known none of the history or anything like that, and still enjoy a good movie?
Yeah, and we think it does because it's a prequel to the tournament starting, and it builds the characters from them not knowing anything about the tournament. So yes, it does stand alone as a movie that you don't need to play the game. So if you like this game to movie review, let us know in the comments down below some other movies you could think of that were done really well or really poorly, and they'll most likely be coming up in an upcoming episode.
Yeah, so make sure for more content, you subscribe to our channel, like us on Facebook and Instagram, Salt and Pepper Gaming, and we want to say thank you for watching, thank you for following us, and we love doing this with you guys.
Sweet. See you next time.